A German national was charged with allegedly possessing hundreds of capsules of MDMA and amphetamine, while another man allegedly had 200 pills. In the past 4 years, 2 people have died from suspected overdoses after attending the festival. The call is out for more Canberrans to sign up as foster carers. Authorities say they need to strengthen the ranks to address the needs of the 750 children currently in care. And for those families already in the system, it's becoming easier for them to adopt their foster children.
Despite having 6 kids between them, Mark and Monica Kotzer still felt they had a lot of love to give. So 5 years ago, they signed up as foster parents.
We love having kids in our house. We love the laughter and the fun with all the kids. So what better way than to help a child that needs us?
So far they've cared for 5 children and right now are looking after a 20-month-old and a 5-week-old baby.
Yeah. And we just treat them, the foster children, the same as our own children.
In fact, they've recently been told the toddler will be with them permanently until the age of 18. But there's less certainty about the baby, who could go back to her birth mother after a year.
The hardest part is obviously letting them go when the time comes for them to move on to another home or to their back to their families. That can be really challenging.
In the past, it was common for foster children to be moved from carer to carer, and it was notoriously difficult for foster carers who wanted to adopt children in their care to do so. But there's a growing movement both within the ACT and across Australia towards permanent care.
We are very interested in talking to people who would consider foster care with a view to becoming an adoptive parent at some point in the future.
However, it's New South Wales that is leading the way in promoting a new way of adoption. Last December, the Institute for Open Adoption Studies was launched at Sydney University, thanks to a $3 million state government fund.
Open adoption is different than the way that adoption is practiced in the past, and that it really is about giving children that sense of permanency, stability and security, but keeping the connections with their birth families.
Last year there were 8 adoptions out of home care in the ACT, up from 2 in the previous 12 months. The government is currently looking at amending laws around adoption to make it easier for carers to adopt their foster children without the consent of birth parents. This would make it a lot easier to adopt, but not everyone thinks it's a good idea.
I think that comes with a really big set of, risks that are involved, because that child then has to grow up and at some point will know that their family didn't consent to that adoption.
Annalisa O'Sullivan is a foster mother to 4 children, including Kiara Oxley. Now 22 and newly married, Kiara is well and truly grown up, but Annalisa and her husband Trent still want to formally adopt Kiara and her twin brother Zach.
For me, it's really a collective decision, between Zach and I. It's really important for him, and I think it's important for me as well in terms of being legally attached to the family and just the solidification of the relationship.
But while adoption remains the holy grail for some carers, many are simply happy to provide a safe environment for children in need. Archie Bettigary, ABC News, Canberra.
Sharks feeding on a huge school of small fish at Western Australia's Ningaloo Reef in recent days have been captured by drone footage. Hannah Taylor and her partner, who live on the yacht, were sailing along the reef 1,000